Hey, what's up guys? This is Double X here and I am going to be casting a 1 versus 1 between our red Terran player spawning in the middle right side, and his name is going to be LucifroN, and his opponent is the blue Terran spawning in the top middle side, and his name is Tarson. Tarson, a really famous Terran player who competed in the recent IM championship, and he's a European player from Poland, and he's on Team Millennium. That is the M before his name. And Millennium is a great team which features players as Dystar, Leilash, and Adel Scott, and more. So he's a great player. And LucifroN, also a European player. He's from Spain, actually. I never heard of a great player from Spain, but he has a crazy win-loss ratio. He has 628 wins and only 379 losses, so that is above 66%, I think, but I'm not sure. Not good at math. So, but he's on Team Fnatic with Phoenix, T1, Kawaii Rice, and some other great players. So we have two great players from two great teams, and it's a European game. And what is he doing? He's bringing out two SCVs here. Probably has some shenanigans going on here. You never see two scouting SCVs coming up, and if you do, it's probably on a 6 or 8 or 4 player map, but never on Scrap Station, which is the map for today's cast, because on Scrap Station it's a 2-player map. You basically know where your opponent is spawning, so he's doing a nice job dodging with this SCV, not letting it get caught. So he's probably going to proxy some barracks down here or something, or even up here in his base, because LucifroN has his scouting SCV here. So Tarson is not knowing that another SCV is up in his base. But what is this SCV doing? He should be over here and building a proxy, but he is not. He's just sitting here and looking foolish. So yeah, we have a Terran versus Terran coming up, and as a contrast to all the PvPs that have been casting recently, I grabbed a Terran versus Terran, and you can see that LucifroN is getting a barracks into a factory and still leaving his SCV in here, possibly going to scout around later if our blue player Tarson opts to get some Marines or Marauders here to deny his scouting. He already has an SCV in his base. But look at this, Tarson is actually going for a fast expand, and this is always a good thing to do on every map. But this map in the early stages you can hold this fairly easily, because in the beginning you don't have too many units to break down these back rocks, but once those are broken down you can have a hard time to defend your natural expansion. But I don't think that LucifroN has scouted Tarson expansion yet, so this is going to pay off for Tarson if he can hold out long enough for it to kick in fully. We can see that LucifroN is actually getting Blue Flame Hellions, or Infernal Pre-Igniter Hellions as the upgrade is actually called, and he's pulling off a SV back here, plus going to put a hidden starport there. That is always nice to see. We have a Reaper coming up here for Tarson. Most likely not going to be used for harassments, but more for fast scouting and possibly going to get some probe kills if he's lucky. But I think LucifroN has scouted this at some point, because he has 2 Marines to intercept it immediately, and the Reaper goes down with just killing a Marine, and that is a win for LucifroN, because a Reaper cost 75 minerals, I think. No, 50 minerals and 50 gas, but a Marine does not cost any gas, so bit of a win there for LucifroN. Not good to lose minerals in any way for Tarson and gas, but he has this expansion up and running, just now summoning a mule there and transferring some SCVs, and he hasn't got his second gas yet, so but he's still high on gas, so he's probably getting a bunch of Marines here and taking towards something. No, he's not. He's just getting barracks all over the place. But he's researching stim packs, so probably going to push out soon with those Marines, but he dropped a scan and he saw this Hellion, so he knows what's coming his way. But LucifroN actually invested in this Hellion upgrade, so I'm surprised that it's not getting more Hellions. But look at this, there's the Hellions, the Blue Flames Hellions dropped inside his base immediately and go to blast away a ton of SCVs. They had 1 and 3 and a bunch of kills on every Hellion, and these Marines can just reach them. They're tiding around so good behind the mineral line and go to have all these Marines shot at once, but no, they almost killed. But a nice drop there from LucifroN. You gotta remember that if you're playing as Terran or even a Protoss on this map, which is Scrap Station, you gotta make sure that you scout these drops early, because this map is so vulnerable for drops, and it's so good for Muter as well. So in any matchup you have to keep an eye up here and also up here. But Tarson didn't do that, so he lost a bunch of SCVs. We take a look at the Harvester tab. You can see he's down 11 SCVs and he has an expansion advantage. That is not good at all. So a good drop from LucifroN. We can see that he's getting tanks now, and he's totally giving up on those Hellions. But Tarson is only getting Marines as for now, because he has no gas to spend whatsoever. Just now getting his second refinery, and at his expansion he has no mining going on, just now reproducing his SCVs. And take a look at the unit tab. We can see that. Look at this. This is what I'm talking about. He has his supply depot here. He has his target here, spawning for those drops immediately. So that drop didn't do squat to LucifroN. So LucifroN just being a top now, playing really great, really not standard, but he's playing it safe. Yes, he's playing it safe, but he is actually going to produce more Hellion. I thought he would stop after that drop, which costs so much damage, and switch up to siege tanks, but he's going to research that Stimpack upgrade anyways, and continuing to produce Hellions off it. 3 factories and 1 with the reactor, but he's going to mix in siege tanks as well. But he has some siege tanks rolling in here and blast away a bunch of SCVs. Take a look at the harvester tab. We can see he's now down at 13 SCVs disadvantage for Tarson, and he has had his expansion up running for quite some time now. So I don't see how LucifroN can lose this, because he is so much better saturated at both his bases, and no economic damage has been done to him whatsoever, and he has a nice little army here. We'll take a look at the units, no, not the units tab, the army tab rather. We can see that LucifroN is ahead in supply, but keep in mind that 10 of these supply count is harvesters, so he's not as much ahead as he could have been, but going to pick off some stray Marines with his Blue Flame Hellions. You gotta remember that Marines are light and they take 24 damage from the Blue Flame Hellions, so they basically get 2 shots without the combat shields, which they have, so they're going to take 3 shots to kill 1 Marine. And you gotta be careful to not bunch up those Marines, but he has Blue Flame Hellions on his own, so going to push out those Hellions away. We have a Viking here for LucifroN, just patrolling and scouting for drops. That is good game sense for LucifroN, I think, but Tarson is now going from the middle and going to drop in here, but LucifroN has buildings here to scout this, so he sees that this is coming, and he can move his tanks in position and siege them up possibly, but barely no units were dropped there. I think no units were dropped, so LucifroN is just playing this out real great, and even putting out missile turrets all over the place. Should need 1 missile turret here, because this is where Tarson flew in, but he gotta be greedy there. He wanted to pick up those fully loaded medevacs with that Viking, and it cost him to lose a Viking. Take a look at the units lost tab. We can see that Tarson has lost so much more units than his opponent LucifroN. So LucifroN is being great shape on all fronts here, and he even has an army advantage, but not so much actually. It's only the siege tanks that is favoring him right now. We see a battle going on here with a bunch of Hellions rolling in, but LucifroN has more Hellions and even Siege Tanks and Marines going to reinforce this, so these Hellions will have to book it out if they don't want to get healed, but they did get killed, so LucifroN is even at more advantage now. We can see he's almost double the harvesters of Tarson, so he can just reinforce this quickly as he want to. If he threw down a bunch of production facilities as now, because he only has one barracks, I think he need more barracks, and but he has 3 factories. That is also nice. Steam going down for Tarson. I don't think LucifroN has Steam, but that doesn't matter because he has barely no infantry whatsoever. But he had 7 siege tanks, siege up, 1 went down, but going to blast away all those ground units for Tarson. Didn't load up any units, but to save them, but now going to load a bunch of Marines and probably drop them at 1 siege tank, so the others will do splash damage to each other. But no, he's going to drop on the high ground and just barely reaching the siege tank with that Marauder, and careless from LucifroN not moving there while he's attacked, so we're going to lose 2 siege tank there to 1 Marauder. That is a damn cost-effective Marauder if I've ever seen a cost-effective Marauder, and Tarson is going to GG out of it even after doing that, because he had no units whatsoever left. Okay, he had some units, but he was so far behind, so LucifroN played it out perfectly with all this harassment going on, so Tarson couldn't do anything because about it, because LucifroN was just too good for him. And this is it for this game, and I'll see you guys next time.